Hello, YouTube. It's Lachelle Thomas again, um, the big sister of Porcha Symone Thomas. I'm back again for part six, everybody. I'm back again very late for the night owls again. Again, there's a lot of information I need to give to everybody and a lot of information to sort through. So, we're gonna kind of pick up where we left off. If you've been following, um, basically, I'll give a quick summary again. If you're not following the story, basically, my sister was murdered, and her whole murder has been covered up by our family, childhood friends, and other people as well, acquaintances and whatnot. And basically, the murder case has been classified because my family are Freemasons. And if you're aware, the Freemasons control the world, and are in every sector you can think of. So I have been um, basically bringing awareness to my sister's murder case that's classified, to put pressure on the authorities to come up with the truth. So where we left off yesterday, we were covering pictures that people sent me, friends of Portia, childhood friends of mine as well, some of them. When I asked, "Where's my sister? Is she dead?" Um, and these pictures are of my sister at different parties, which were actually block parties from our old neighborhood we grew up in. So people send me these pictures and say, "Well, I haven't seen my sister since 2014." Didn't mention that if you're not following the story, or heard from her since 2014. So everybody's been saying that she's alive because she was at the block party in 2015, in 2016, and 2017. But the problem is the pictures um, say otherwise. So if you've been following the series, the first couple parts, we went over the first block party that Portia was supposedly attending, and those pictures were photoshopped. So then we looked at the pictures, the picture that was given to me from 2016, apparently, and we broke that down. Is basically Natasha, her twin sister, dressed up trying to imitate her. And yesterday we were trying to cover the last picture of Portia supposedly alive, according to these people, in 2017, or actually one of the last pictures. Okay, apparently. Okay. We already covered one that was also around the same time. Actually, this should be the last one because two pictures I've got from 2017. One was the family picture. I covered that in I think part four, I believe, or part five, and then in August, this was the third annual block party in August of 2017, which Natasha attended, her twin sister. Okay, so I'm gonna break that picture down a little bit more because we didn't really get a chance to do that yesterday, since I was bombarded with a bunch of trolls. I'm not gonna bother going to that later, but you guys will be seeing some videos and stuff like that soon about them and how they're tied to this case as well as the Kanika Jenkins case. So anyhow, let's jump right into this. Okay, everybody. So no one's watching now because it's like 3:30 in the morning, so that's cool, understandable. So I'm gonna share my screen. This will be recorded and published. All right. So I'm sharing my screen. So we're gonna go back to the picture we were trying to break down yesterday. Didn't have a chance to finish. Okay. And then I didn't really tell you guys what I'm going to talk about now. Well, I still have other people to talk about, other childhood friends, as well as family. But I'm not going to cover them today. Okay, I decided to switch it up a little bit. Okay, but we're going to break down this picture, and then I'll let you know what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay. Okay. So this picture was one of the pictures I received from numerous people, childhood friends that are involved in the cover up of my sister's murder. Okay. Saying that Portia's alive, she's fine. But I'm going to show y'all. This is not Portia. This is Natasha, and it's actually very obvious because it seems after the time has passed, Portia's been dead since 2014. They got lazy after time and didn't bother to try to, make it look like it's Portia. Natasha just had some glasses on, and called it the day and hid behind Daisha here, which is one of the other disgusting piece of shit that was involved in the cover up and had the nerve to call me mentally ill, right? And was all up in Terrain Hicks's inbox, the guy who was hired to kill me and who's been stalking me, saying, "Oh, Michelle's mentally ill. Why are you entertaining this?" Right, Daisha? Okay. And you were the one who told Terrain you just can't stop talking. Remember that? Because Terrain Hicks is snitched on all of you, and you could not bear to see it anymore, right? Because if he snitches on you, you're going to jail, right, Daisha? Okay. But anyway, let's break this picture down. No, I'm just trying to zoom in here. I can do that. Okay. Voila. Is it going to pop up? My Zoom? What's going on? My picture is being annoying. I wonder whose Instagram this was on. But anyway, we'll find that out later. I'm trying to zoom in, y'all. Hold on. Why is it not zooming? Oh, is it up here? No. This thing is so annoying sometimes. I'm good with the computer, then I'm not. Because I'm just trying to zoom in here. God damn, where's the bar? Man. Okay, let me exit it and try again. Because maybe I'm just slow today. I don't know. I'm just looking. There we go. I'm looking for the ribbon where I can zoom in. Thank you. All right. So you guys got lazy, man. And that's another thing. Natasha loves to always wear blue nails. I don't know if you noticed. This is a theme with Natasha. She always has blue nails all the time. Okay. Now, Natasha, you're such a dumb bitch. All right. Let's zoom in more and look at all of these faggots. Look at them all flossing because all the shit is paying off, right, guys? Right? The big investment that was made into the neighborhood, and you guys are seeing a nice fat return, aren't y'all? Right? Anyway, let's zoom in. And then we're going to compare. And meanwhile, Natasha just had a baby. Probably 2 weeks before this party or a week before. Who fucking knows? Because I know she was due in August of 2017, actually August 8th, 2017. Okay. So it's possible that she had the baby a couple weeks before that or a couple weeks after that. And this barbecue was on August 26th, 2017. So I don't know if you noticed. Now, Daisha, she's beside the pregnant one. Okay. And I don't know if you see the face because when you have a baby, you still got that glow. You still got that mummy pregnant face going on. Okay. And you can see that in her face. I don't know if you guys see it, but and her nose is a lot wider than usual. Okay. Because she just had a baby. All right. Now let's look at this one. And then we're going to compare the twins again. Okay. But again, the quality's not that good. They got lazy. They figured, oh, well, it's more times passed. People aren't really asking about Portia, the people that aren't in on it. So we don't really have to do much with the picture. We'll just take a big group picture, make sure it's far away. And Natasha has her glasses on and bingo, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? All right. So this is Natasha again, right? Okay. So let's compare this piece of shit here that is clearly she just had a baby. Her face is fucking swollen as hell. Okay? Fucking dumb bitch. And then, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what pictures. Okay. We're going to start with this one actually. And if you guys have been following, there's been a pattern here where you see the twins. Natasha's face is a lot rounder than Portia's. Even though Natasha's a lot heavier than her in this picture, even when they're the same weight, Natasha's face is always a lot rounder than Portia's, even as children. Okay. And now Tasha's not pregnant here, mind you. All right. Hold on. Whoa. We're going to compare. Okay. All right. And the smile is going to tell it all, yo. Because Natasha has a certain smile and Portia has a certain smile. Now, okay, they have the same teeth, but again, she smiles a certain way. Okay. So this is Natasha, y'all. Now we're going to compare the pregnant picture too, because I'm not done yet, y'all. Okay. Like I said, if you guys have been paying attention, I break shit down. Okay. Her fucking shit's swollen up, Natasha, right? You just had a baby, you just pushed a baby out, and you're at the block party drinking. Right, Natasha? You couldn't even fucking sit at home. But of course you had to show up, right? For a photo op, right? Because you're Portia, right? You're Natasha and Portia, right, Natasha? All right. So this is Natasha here, and let's go to her pregnant pictures, guys. Okay. Let's see, where did I put those? It might be in the family folder. Give me a minute, y'all. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's the bitch pregnant now. Okay? I don't know if y'all see this. And this is June 2017, everybody. And Portia's nowhere to be found. Of course, Portia's dead. Look at her replacement, because Tasha has replacements, right? Natasha, her aunt, my aunt, our aunt, is one of them. Natasha and Natasha, right? Okay. As well as Tia, right, Tia? Tia, you're the other replacement, right? Oh, I'm going to cover everybody. I didn't forget about Tia Thomas and Nadine Robinson and Monique Robinson and Diane Hazel and Chantel Hazel, which is my sister, and Diane is Chantel's mother. You guys are all in a lot of trouble. And we're going to talk about Christopher, my brother, who when I asked Diane Hazel as to where he is, she couldn't fucking give me a real answer, and she couldn't send me proof that he's alive. And he's autistic, by the way, everybody. Okay? And we're going to cover we're not going to cover this today. I'm just giving you a little head start or a little splash of tea here. Diane seems to has this whole situation's been very lucrative for her as well, along with many other people. And we're going to go into the things Diane's been doing the last few years and the people she's been associating with. Okay? Because I don't think people understand. This is a huge, massive operation, covert operation. And now it's a massive, well, it was a massive cover up, and it's even more of a massive cover up because people are still talking the same shit 5 months in. Right? But anyway, here's Natasha and Natasha. And here's Tasha pregnant, okay? Let's compare the pictures. Now, Tasha just had the baby here. Let's say this is Portia, just for the fuck of it. Now, Natasha just had a baby a couple fucking weeks ago in this picture, or when this picture was taken, okay? Look at that fucking face, is swollen as fuck, right? Look at it. I don't know, y'all see it. Let's fucking compare. Because I guess they think people are fucking stupid as fuck, right? Or is it because they thought all of their fucking spell casting and fucking gaslighting and fucking murdering and shit and fucking shady shit was going to make sure that, you know, nobody would ever find out about this and that nobody gave a fuck about Portia, right? You guys were fucking sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. Let's zoom in, everybody. Oh, come on. It's giving me trouble today. Give me a minute, everybody, please. Just want to zoom in, man. That's all I want to do here. Hold on. All right. I just want the side to side. Thank you. Do you guys not see the swelling or not? And the nose swelling? Because I know when I was pregnant, both times my fucking face was swollen as hell. And my nose spread and my lips were very swollen as well. And most pregnant women have that same, have the same thing happen to them. Okay? And again, there's a lot of shade. So like, you don't really see, you know, everything. There's, you know, but it's kind of obvious it's Natasha, guys. Okay? Not kind of obvious. It's very obvious. And if we look at the nails, okay, they're white there. But if we look at pictures of Natasha, maybe we'll do it a bit later, or if I can find one quickly. She always has blue nails. Okay? It's her thing. All right. So let me check the chat, see what's going on. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention Kendra K or whatever this one of these gang stalkers that continues to come on my posts or my videos, my lives, and keep saying, "Oh, well, this can't be true because police in Canada would never take money to cover up something." And she continues to come. And then another video, she started to make up her own storyline. So even though I have everything in the description, I have very detailed posts. This piece of shit woman comes on my post and start making up her own fucking storyline. So Kendra, I already know that Colin Robinson, which is my cousins Tia and Crystal Thomas, their stepdad, who is a correction officer, okay, and he has many connections and many people he deals with in Hamilton where I live. Listen, Kendra, you're going to jail too, bitch. So stay the fuck off my YouTube. Unless you want to add more time on your sentence. Because again, I don't know if you guys have been following, I document everything. Okay? Whether it's videos made about me, comments made about me, the stalking, everything is documented, and everybody involved is going to jail. And like I've been saying for months, almost 1,000, maybe even more people are going to jail over this case. Okay? And even Terrain Hicks knows the deal. He knows everybody is going down. All right. So, why we're here today, what we're going to cover. All right. So, we're going to cover, let's go to this picture first. Now, you guys have been hearing me talk about Ridgeway being regentrified and a lot of money being put into the neighborhood and Ridgeway becoming a brand now. Now, this is they've done this with another housing project or project hood in the Greater Toronto area, which is Malvern in Scarborough. So a few years back, they did the same shit. Okay? So they built a new community center in the area. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys an article that talks about even years after this whole fucking huge development that the city and the government and all these different foundations put millions of dollars into. The area has not gotten better. It's gotten worse. Okay, everybody? And now they've done they did the same thing Ridgeway's done. They have their own brand. They have their own logo. They have their own foundation where they're laundering money and accepting money from other foundations and giving other foundations money, because that's how criminals work, guys. This is how organized crime works. Like I've been telling everybody, everything is done through nonprofits. And I'm going to show you how it's done now, guys. Finally, the time has come. But I'm not even covering everything today, guys. Just a little snippet. Okay? So let's check what's going on. Let's see if there's any trolls here dumb enough to be here on my fucking post. But okay, I was just posting on my Facebook there, so people know I'm live, even though it's almost 4 in the morning. That's all right. All right. So let's see if anybody's here, because I know. Oh, hi, Lilia. Hi. Thank you, sister. Hi. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. I really appreciate you. Hello, sister. I'm going to put hello, sister. Okay. So let's go to the article I wanted to show you about Malvern. And then we're going to dive in, y'all. It's going to be some heavy stuff today. Okay, like I promised. Okay. So we're talking about how the government and which is controlled by Freemasons, these Masonic organizations, okay, nonprofits, are regentrifying interstate, okay, by implementing different programs, okay, and facilities. Okay. Meanwhile, because I'm not sure if people are aware, the CIA is the one that brings the drugs into the communities using agents, okay, which are everywhere, which are all over my post. And if you watch my video yesterday, there's a whole bunch of them on my chat. Okay. So look at this article about Malvern. All right. It hasn't gotten better in Malvern. Right? All right. Oh, and I'm gonna. Okay, well, I'll talk about that after. Sorry, I don't want to go on a tangent. I do that sometimes. Okay. Looking around the Malvern Town Center Mall, Victor Prasad sees closed down stores and others well on their way. The 43-year-old man has lived in the mixed income neighborhood for almost 3 decades and said that everything must go signs are a telling symptom of an area of Toronto that remains run down. It hasn't gotten any better. In some ways, it's gotten worse, he said of Melbourne, which stretches east from Markham Road to Morningside Avenue and north from the 401 to Finch Avenue East. Some of the problems, he said, are persistent drug crime as well as social segregation among ethnic groups. And that's a very important point too. We're going to cover that. On Monday, Toronto unveiled a new ranking system that scores each of Toronto's 140 neighborhoods. Any area that falls below the benchmark score of 42.89 is designated as a neighborhood improvement area, which replaces the old priority neighborhood area title. Malvern was named a priority in 2005, but under the new system, it scored 43.89, meaning 1 point separates it from a classification that attracts city resources as well as millions of dollars in third-party funds. Alex Dow, program director for the Malvern Family Resource Center, has been a tireless advocate for the community. Although not concerned about a lack of city support, Dow is worried that the lost priority title will ripple out to other funders. There's a risk that the level of collaboration might decrease, he said. Dow said priority status helped increase community engagement, a critical step for a part of Toronto stigmatized by high crime rates. We see a lot more residents involved in discussions in community safety, he said. Community efforts also produced the newly built SPOT, because that's what they call it, the SPOT, okay? Success, Power, Opportunity, Teamwork Center, a for youth, by youth initiative, as well as a park and community garden spaces. Okay? So by the numbers, 11.3% people in the neighborhood on social assistance. City benchmark high for high need area is 15.1. 57.8% persons ages 26 to 65 with post-secondary degree benchmark 62. 39.7 eligible voters who voted in the last election benchmark 41.4. 76 or 16.7 average number of meeting places within 10-minute walk of each residential block, benchmark 23. 196.8 deaths under, I don't get the point anyway. Like how, anyway, number of deaths under age 75 per 100,000 per 75 and under, benchmark 271.4. Okay. So very interesting, right, everybody? Okay. So what we cover next? All right, let's go. Man, I'm going to getting mad. I'm going to have to try to not get mad. I'm going to take a deep breath. All right. So we're going to go to the videos, some videos. We're going to watch a few videos here. Okay. Give me a minute, everybody. I'm going to try my best not to get mad today and scream in your ears, but it's like the more I talk about the details, publicly, I can't really contain my emotions here, but it's okay. All right. So I'm going to go to my videos. Give me a minute, everybody. Oh, snap. How do I do that? Okay, let's go there. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to start here, guys. Which one we're going to start at? Okay. Oh my God, there's too much. Too many people involved, too much. But let's start here. We're going to start at the making of the Ridgeway Court at Colonial Terrace, part 1. And then we're going to go into more, okay? I'll interject. Hold on, I'm going to start it over, y'all, because I gotta put the mic near the speaker because I still haven't figured out my sound for this yet properly anyway, so you can hear it properly. Anyway, give me a minute, everybody. Here we go.
MLC Foundation learned of this project by listening to they put their hands up in the Mississauga area for a number of years, and they had an opportunity for a great basketball court to be put in. It's a growing community, one that loves basketball and plays a lot of basketball in and around the neighborhoods, but they just did not have safe places to play.
When I first came to the community, one of the first things I heard was people wanted an outdoor recreational court, and it became pretty clear to me that it was a huge priority for the community. So when I was going around in the neighborhood talking to different funders, I would bring up the vision that the community had.
I've been living here for like maybe 8 years now, and people have been living here longer than me, and they've been asking for a court. I've been asking for it since I came here. Everyone wants it. We want something to do. There's nothing really to do around here. We're surrounded by soccer fields, baseball diamonds, and all that. And there's nothing for us to actually do for the youth around here. We all play basketball the most, and it's not here for us. But now we have the opportunity to be at court. We're really happy about it. We're excited, and it's good.
There's a few ways to make a community investment. One is you show up in the community and say, this is what we're going to give you. Another is what we do. You show up and say, what do you need? What can we do together?
The Colonial Court is the third project that we have worked with the MLSE Foundation on, and we're just thrilled to be part of it. I think it's a great partnership because we work together. MLSE helps build them, and we help to program them and provide the equipment that the kids play with at each of these facilities. And each time we've done it, it's been a tremendous success. And what we've seen in Scarborough, what we've seen in Thorncliffe and Fleming Park, it's just been fantastic. And we're happy to be part of
it. Okay, everybody. So that's just one video. So we're going to break that video, or we're going to talk about the video a little bit more. Okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed somebody in the video that you've recognized before, that we've talked about numerous times now. Let's find him here. And I don't know if you guys, I don't trust these motherfuckers. You see these dudes? These guys investing in the community? They look like fucking he looks like a cokehead. Piece of shit. Okay? And so does the other guy. They look like criminals. They are criminals. So their investment, what you think they're just investing in the community and they're not getting anything out of it? Did you not hear what the fucking person said out of his mouth? He said it's an investment. So what is the return? What are these foundations getting when they are investing in communities? When they're investing in hospitals? When they're investing in schools? Because if they're investing all this money into all of these organizations and communities, why is anything not changing? Why is things getting worse? Why? Because they're investing in the demise or the control or the enslavement of people. That's what they're investing in, everybody. People need to wake up. And people know this already. I mean, most people should know. Let's just talk about the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Okay? I don't even need to look it up. I want everybody to look up what kind of companies and other organizations are contributing to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. And you're going to see these companies are the ones that manufacture basically GMO foods and foods that kill people and cause cancers and mutate your DNA and do all kinds of things and give you heart attacks and heart problems, right? So what are these people investing in when they give money to the Heart and Stroke Foundation? They're investing in people's illness to keep people sick. People need to wake up. But let's talk about who was in the video. A couple people that were in the video that were at the barbecue and that I know and I grew up with. Right? Let's cover that. Look at this piece of shit. Look, we're thrilled to invest in this community. They're fucking thrilled. Right? Disgusting. Disgusting. That's all I can say. I'm just pausing because I'm trying to find the piece of shit. I call him Richard. Even though his name's Richie, I call him Richard like little Richard, like the faggot. Okay? Rich kid. The golden boy of Ridgeway, right? Just like every neighborhood, whenever you see these athletes or celebrities that go back and they're the fucking hero of the neighborhood and they give back. They ain't giving back. They're investing in the neighborhood to continue the cycle, everybody. That's why nothing has changed. Wakey. So when you guys worship these celebrities that invest money or supposedly invest money, what they're doing is investing in crime. And they want a return. Okay, everybody? Wake up. Where's Rich Kid? Where is he? Let's find the piece of shit. Richard. And he looks so fucking happy, too. I swear that's Kadeem, too. I'm not sure. He looks like Kadeem. I don't know. Anyway. Which is my son's father's nephew. Which was involved, too. Now, I figured out basically he knew about Portia, too. Because it didn't make sense as to why he was defending Natasha. When nobody told me my son's father was fucking dying, right? Okay. Because they wanted to make sure I couldn't get there in time, right? To make sure he, so he sees my fucking face, right, everybody? All right. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying not to get mad and I can't help it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I've been containing it a little too long in public. Can't help it. Come on, where's Richard? Hold on.
It's not here for us, but now we have the opportunity.
Just gonna let it play out because I want you guys to see Richard here, smiling and enjoying himself, right? Because he's the fucking golden boy. Where the fuck is he? Look at him. He's fucking well excited. Piece of shit. Uh-oh. How come I can't find Richard? Hold on, man. I just want to have the screenshot there just for a minute, okay? There's a method to my madness. Give me a minute. Come on, where the fuck is he? Let's play it from here. There he is. There's little Richard, the fucking little bitch. Okay, so there's Rich Kid. And I don't know if you remember, guys. Remember the Photoshop pictures of Portia? Right? He was wearing a completely different outfit. Okay? So Rich Kid was wearing a black outfit. There was two different events. So one event he was wearing black, a Toronto shirt and all black, and the other event he was wearing a white shirt, a white tee, and Adidas shorts, black Adidas shorts. Now the pictures he's in with my sister now that are photoshopped, because he went to Florida with the twins and everybody else, right, Richard? Yo, he's wearing white and a fucking gray pants, right? You're wearing gray pants, nigga, and a different hat and different shoes. Right, Richard? All right. So let's go to the picture just so I can remind everybody what I'm talking about here. And then we're going to go into more, okay? So this is what he was wearing during, this is supposed to be August 9th, okay? 2015. He's wearing this, okay? And this is what Portia's supposed to be at this, supposedly attendance, right? Okay. Why are the pictures of Portia in the same album, okay? These pictures are all from the same album on someone's Facebook. You can go to her fucking Facebook and look at it now. It's Tammy Soulful, okay? Why is Richard wearing a different outfit? Huh? You tell me. Huh? And what is he doing that fucking sign on my sister for? Is he showing the beast? Yeah, we're getting shit done. We're setting it up. Right? We're setting up the hit. Where's the other picture of Richard? You're going to see here again. This is supposed to be the same day. He's wearing a completely different outfit. Okay? All right. So we're going to just leave that picture up just for, aesthetic. Okay. And I'm going to go back to oh snap. Okay, let's go. Where is that? Hold on, everybody. I'm just looking for a file. Damn it, where'd I put it? Oh, I think I just I did it in the links. Okay, sorry everybody, give me a minute. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So we're gonna look at Aaron Mills Youth Center. Okay, so Aaron Mills Youth Center was a foundation founded in 2009, I believe. It's 2009 or 2008. Okay, I can't remember the date. Hopefully it's in whatever I'm looking for. And I don't know if you guys remember yesterday. Let me go to this quick before actually I'll talk about that after. So we're gonna look at let's leave that open because there's a lot I want to cover, and I was trying to be very organized today, y'all. Oh, even though I'm very organized already with all this, but I was even more organized today. Okay. So let's look at the annual report from Aaron Mills Youth Center, which was founded in 2009. Okay. And basically they worked out of a church, Aaron Mills Church or what, I can't remember the name. Hopefully it's listed here. And basically this church was about, I don't know, a kilometer or two away from our old neighborhood. And in the summertime, when I grew up there, I'm 32 years old. When I grew up there as a child, the only kind of like programs we had in our area was Breakfast Club. Okay. And then we had the Oasis. It wasn't a summer camp. It was like a drop-in center at the church. Okay. And then basically Aaron Mills Youth Center, basically the foundation started kind of out of through the church there. Okay. So just want to give you that background. Okay. So otherwise there was no type of programs or like, you know, that kind of stuff in the area. We had to just entertain ourselves. We had our parks. There's actually a park down the street with like a baseball diamond and a bigger park and a big forest. So, you know, and especially back in the day, we didn't have tablets and all that kind of stuff. So we found a lot to do. Of course, a lot of people like basketball. So we used to improvise and like make our own nets and stuff and play basketball. Okay. So just wanted to give you guys that background. Let's go through this. So again, like I've been telling everybody, people need to start looking into foundations, these nonprofits. People need to start looking into who's donating to these foundations. People need to start doing the research, okay, about what's going on in your own community. Because it's in plain sight, but because people don't research, people are too caught up in their own bubble. They're just lost. Okay. We're going to talk about the board of directors too and everybody. Not all of them, but there's a few people we need to talk about. But I'm not going to talk about them today. I don't know if I'll have time. We'll see. Okay. All right. So we're going to start here. We're going to read this letter quickly, and then we're going to look at the sponsors. Okay. So dear friends, the last year has proven, and this is 2015, okay, annual report. Dear friends, the last year has proven to be a major shift in our organization, right? Because remember, Portia died in 2014, and that's when all the money came in. Everybody? So anyways, I'm going to try to shut up and just read. Now, in our 6th year of existence, it is with our tremendous pride that I say we are moving forward. Our organization has never been stronger, clearer, or on a direction and promise to a brighter future. The reality is where we live, operate, and serve is a difficult environment. Many who we walk with face tremendous challenges of racism, poverty, and inequality. We don't see these. I don't know if I'm just tired and like the glare. Sorry. We don't see those as negative, but as a test of our collective character to overcome and be stronger. We are incredibly fortunate that we as an organization have been given the chance to walk with our neighbors in their incredible journey of perseverance and prosperity. We shared our hopes, challenges, and aspirations, and collectively we defined a renewed vision and strategic plan for our organization. This includes a deepened dedication to look at the success of our youth from a holistic perspective that acknowledges where they are in their life, where they live, and their hopes, and provides a framework for us to help them achieve. Oh, these people are so sick. Anyway, our commitment to our youth is to walk alongside them on a path to success. We are transforming our neighborhood by creating space that will provide a multitude of opportunities for development. We know that there is no greater motivator than good encouragement. Whether we give a pat on the back for making a jump shot or a high five for scoring a goal, good encouragement is the best way to tell someone I believe in you. The multi-purpose court being built by the amazing support of the city of Mississauga, Peel Living, okay, which is basically the housing, city housing, okay, the Mississauga West Rotary Club, which is basically a type of secret society with Masonic. It's basically a Masonic secret society, okay, and Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. Now we're gonna talk about these motherfuckers in a minute and who they invest in and the things they're investing in. Okay? Anyways, will give us those chances to reinforce our commitment to our youth. At our 2015 annual meeting, we declared our theme to be shifting gears, and the year since has been nothing short of a major acceleration. Under the incredible leadership of Darcy McCallum, our staff at EYMC have truly transformed our organization. Of course you did. You got that money now. And it is important to acknowledge the courage and strength of the team. Our volunteers have given so many hours, but also shared their compassion and helping hands to make our organization so incredibly rich. On behalf of the board of directors, I'd like to say one thing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, caring, and walking with the many youth who look to all of you for help, support, and smile. Thank you. Sincerely, Mohammed Hashim. We're going to talk about him maybe today or tomorrow. Okay? We'll see what the time. So, I'm not going to read that because we're going to go into. Okay, so we talked about the Breakfast Club. That was already in operation ever since I lived in Ridgeway. And I lived there from when I was about 7 years old till about, I moved out when I was 15 and then went back when I was 18. They had Breakfast Club always, okay? So that program was always around. Now, after school programming, that didn't exist. So that is one initiative or program they began, okay? Girls Club is another thing. It's another program. We didn't have all that stuff. We had our basic Breakfast Club and our summer drop-in down the street. Okay, that's what we had. Okay, so they have a Girls Club in the actual complex. Okay, as you can see. Or in the community center they built. So they built a community center and community courts as well, guys. Okay. Same thing. So they have a boys club. Okay. Leadership program. Basketball dropped in because they basically have a indoor court they built because there's basically industrial buildings in that area too. So I guess they found a unit and built a court in there. Okay. So this is the indoor court. And then they have the outdoor courts. Okay. All right. So we're going to see the numbers went up as the people they serve because they have more programs. And people are going to have more interest, especially if you're in that area. You have children, you're low income. A lot of people are single parents. Okay. And I'm going to go into all the different programs they have in this area now. That's only just the beginning. They have daycare. They've got a summer camp now. They've got after school programming. They have all of that. So if you're like a single parent and you need to work, you don't have to go get daycare. You can just leave your children in the neighborhood because they have everything now there. And the joke is with the Breakfast Club, I noticed here, you're going to read here, we only got breakfast and maybe like a snack to take with us or something once in a while. They provide everybody breakfast and lunch to take to school. Okay? And it was bad enough because when I was growing up, my mom didn't give a shit about me and I had to do everything by myself and had to take care of my siblings. So it was great that we had breakfast club because, you know, there wasn't much food in the house all the time anyway. So that's why people went to breakfast club. But do you see how this is a problem here? This isn't helping parents, especially if they are or are damaged and moving a certain way or not even feeding their children properly. Because this is just basically this is just a nanny state type of operation. It's here, hand your children over. Come move here. Because guess what? You won't have to get daycare, right? You don't have to fucking pack them lunch. You don't have to feed them breakfast. All you got to worry about dinner. And by the way, they do have dinner clubs a couple times a week. Okay? Where the children can go and they cook dinner. Okay? And they eat dinner. They have free dinners. What the fuck is that all about? So what's wrong? Are they drugging up the parents so much? Too much drugs have been brought into that area that the parents are forfeiting their duties as parents? Right? And basically this whole Ridgeway brand is raising the children now? Anyway, we're going to cover all that because all that shit's not in here. But we're going to cover, I have all that saved. You're going to see how many programs are in this area. It's disgusting. Okay? All right. Basketball drop-in. Okay, we looked at that. Sorry. Did I read this? I'm just reading. Sorry. Okay, so yeah. So this was before it was built. Because remember, the pictures on the courts at the block party were in 2017. So it did take, I think they finished building it probably at the end of 2016. Okay, not sure. I have to look that up again. So anyways, the soon to be constructed Ridgeway Community Courts has been a major focus of Erin Mills Youth Center throughout 2015. First, in partnership with the city and community, Erin Mills Youth Center assisted in securing grants from the West Mississauga Rotary Club, which I already mentioned is a Masonic organization, and Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, which is basically operated by a bunch of Masons, billionaire Masons. Okay, to construct a multi-sport court in the parking lot of Peel Living Springfield Gardens. Funds were confirmed prior to our last AGM. In the fall, Erin Mills Youth Center coordinated a series of community consultations with the city, Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, and what is ERA? I can't remember. Architects. Oh, that's a company, architect company, to design and develop plans for the court. The workshops focused on brainstorming, graphic identity, and priority voting. So yeah, they got to make sure everybody's involved and make them feel like this is a good thing they're doing, because that's what they do. This is what the Freemasons do. Everything's a fucking front. We're doing good. All we do is give back. We're just charitable people. You know what I'm like? No, everything's a front. You guys just don't invest money for nothing. Okay, people aren't putting in all this money just to be nice. Okay, wake up. Okay, here we go. Rich kid, you're gonna see Rich Kid's name all over this fucking report, everybody. The same nigga, the same snake. I call people nigga. Now, mind you, I use the word nigga because nigga means snake. So that's why I call them niggas. Look at this nigga, right? With my sister, because she's the prize, right? Because everybody came up off Porcha. That's how fucking special she is, everybody. And beautiful. All right. There's Richard, little Richard. Community events are a part of how we support the building a connected neighborhood where residents get to know each other, celebrate life, and create a safe space to live. Erin Mills Youth Center had the privilege of being a part of a number of community events in 2015, right? Wasn't that the first barbecue? The first official sponsored barbecue in 2015 where they put Photoshop pictures of my sister? Okay. The Summer Agency Fair barbecue in August, coordinated in collaboration with the Colonial Network of Agencies. What agencies are those? Masonic agencies? Anyway, a Labor Day barbecue in partnership with Rich Kid. A community Thanksgiving dinner. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So they have Christmas dinner now, Thanksgiving dinner, every fucking holiday they have dinners now. Free dinners. Also in partnership with Rich Kid. The October Costume Bash in collaboration with the Colonial Network of Agencies. And the December seasonal celebration also in collaboration with the colonial network of agencies, including the Peel Regional Police. Right? All right. The same fucking people who covered up the discovery of over 40 bodies in my dad's basement, right? Because he's a special operative and my dad set all of this shit up. This is all the work of my dad, everybody. Okay? So this is the community courts. Okay? Or no, this isn't community courts. This is the plaza. So this is the plaza. Sorry. The community courts is behind that building. And then the townhouse is in the other buildings over there. So this is just the parking lot. And I mean, we used to play in the parking lot, but I guess this is what they were doing. They were putting up their own nets and just playing. But it's a parking lot. Anyway. So partnerships. Let's cover this. Okay? What else am I missing? Okay. Partners. Okay. Erin Mills Youth Center experienced a thrilling growth in partners in 2015. Remember, guys, I keep telling you. 2014, 2015 was a great time for these motherfuckers because that's when the money came in. See our thank you page for logos of the many businesses that stepped up with in-kind and financial support for events, scholarship opportunities, and to support the work of Erin Mills Youth Center. We continue to be committed to fostering strong relationships with community stakeholders, other agencies, government bodies, school boards, and many others. These partnerships take place within a collaborative framework and are essential for the delivery of quality services that reflect the needs of our community. In many cases, the resources are provided in kind or represent active collaborative working relationships through which community needs are addressed. We are grateful to these organizations and look forward to ongoing partnerships. Of course they do. So Erin Mills United Church is the church I was talking about down the street that started this whole nightmare, or was kind of where everything started with Erin Mills Youth Center Foundation. Okay. Region of People Living, which is housing. Okay. So use of facilities for community programs. Okay. Dufferin/Peel Catholic School Board. So the school board invested in this. Housing, even though they can't fix the fucking update shit and fix shit with people's units, but they can invest in all this. Okay. Peel District School Board. Okay. Neighborhood Capacity Support Strategy Team. Okay. So Boys and Girls Club and YMCA, which are also Masonic organizations, everybody. City of Mississauga. Okay. MLSE, which is Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment. Massive Masonic organization. Okay. Massive. So Meals for Community consultation events. Breakfast with Santa, The Dam, Global 180, Peel Children's Aid, which is the protection agency. Do you guys see the problem? Recreation for Youth, Safe City of Mississauga, Cobb's Bakery, and Mississauga Food Bank. Okay. So anyway, our funders and business donors from 2015 are represented on the logo pages below. Region of Peel. Okay. United Way, which is a Masonic organization, everybody. Okay. Trillium, which is basically the new health giant they've created. There's a bunch of Trillium hospitals now, which are basically Masonic hospitals where all kinds of fucked up shit goes on. Okay. Ontario, which is basically the government of Ontario. The City of Mississauga. Hershey Center. Longo's. Grocery store. TD Bank. We saw that already, right? Panago. Tim Hortons, which is, guess what, guys? Tim Horton, the hockey player, is a Freemason, or was a Freemason, everybody. Did you all know that? That's why there's Tim Hortons everywhere in fucking Canada. Or in Ontario, anyway. They're all over, everywhere. Costco. Right? All these people care about Black people now? and people you know, lower income inner cities, these people actually care? Are people for real? Like, are people gonna wake up? Starbucks, Wild Wing, Michael's, St. Vincent de Paul, which is another Freemason foundation, right? Wortman cookies, which basically poisons people. Look at all the food, all this food and shit. Look, there's Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment Foundation again, school boards. It's a lot of money, right? All right. So let's just read Rich Kid's part here. We are privileged in 2015 to build a friendship with Rich Kid and partner with him on community events that promote positive engagement of residents in the Ridgeway area. Thanks for your creativity, support, and passion for the community you call home. So Rich Kid is supposed to be a role model, right? Do we need to play? You know, we're gonna play the video again because you know what? The sound wasn't working when I played it in the first part. So we're gonna play it today just so you guys can see who these people are investing in. These organizations are investing in Rich Kid too, right? So Rich Kid is supposed to be a role model, but let's see what he raps about and the visuals he uses in his video. Okay? And this video is about my sister because this video was made 2 months before she was murdered. And clearly they set her up. And everybody, a whole bunch of people were involved because I have on record Terrain admitting there was a whole group of people who saw her die because it was a ritual. Okay? So this is, again, Freemasons like to put the truth in plain sight or what they're going to do in plain sight. This is just a part of their religion. Okay? So basically, this video is about my sister and her being killed. Okay? So this is who the city of Mississauga, the government of Ontario, all these motherfuckers are investing in him and they're building a friendship with him, y'all. This is what they want your children to idolize. And they want your children to be at the fucking each program and this drop in and this drop in and not even eat dinner at home or breakfast at home or lunch at home and have these motherfuckers raise you, right? Okay. And do you not see the problem with that? But let's watch the video with sound and then you can hear the song and what he's talking about. And you guys let me know if you want your children around somebody like that. Okay? You let me know.
Oh, Jock.
Oh man, damn. What's up, big Rich?
Whoa. Easy, B, with the pinky ring, dog. Way more than elephant, man. What you been dealing with?
I just did a movie with Whoopi Goldberg. And tonight I'm back town for my mom's job.
Jody. Sweet lady, man. Beautiful lady. Took care of all the men.
Right?
Yo, man. Oh, little Jerry, bro.
What's up, baby? Long time, man.
Good, dog.
I haven't seen you like this calm, man.
Holy shit. Yo, man. Same girl you're gonna drop me off at? Free friends.
Oh, really?
Splash and Dashery.
Trouble.
Valley. So, yo, what you saying, bro? Go with us.
I was gonna grab a bite to the crib.
Oh, man, why you making excuses, dude? Come bite on some of this. Yo, dog. Reach.
I can't, man. I gotta work tomorrow.
Not, but for real though, get the fuck in the whip.
Okay, all right.
I'm aged as a motherfucker. In your pics looking fine, bitch. Still wasting time on these other suckers till I come around with the pine ridge. Now take it to the valley. 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 What it is, what's wine? Just like one in the mind. I see you about that late night call, and if you're taking a bet on me, go all in. Cause you've been flopping for a minute now. When are we gonna get around and do what we've been talking about? Cause we've been talking for a minute now. I don't have any time for all the shenanigans, cut it out. You say you love my discography. It's like audio pornography. I'm the only one to get your speakers wet. I I guess you do believe in monogamy. Let me speak first. Some of these MCs need work. I don't know what they stand for. They should take a seat. Take 7 days to write a 16-week verse. I'ma put on some clothes though. You better have one roll though. I remember how them jeans fit tight and that booty so right, but remind me with a photo. Oh, you sending it over for me? Yes. Soon you'll be bending over for me. Just keep talking that with no draws. I'ma be there quicker than police for response calls. I'm H, that's a motherfucker. And your pics looking fine, bitch. Just to waste some time on these other suckers till I come around with the pine ridge. I take it to the valley. 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 What it do? Who's mopping? I lost my mind, think I need a new noggin. Haters wanna talk, but I know they all flotching. Sure, you're a goon, what's a goon to a gosling? I'll be the first to say my weapon is superb. Doing speed limit back streets, killing all the curves. Look at this, you sending me explicit pics. I'm wheeling and looking at porn, what a perv. I'm driving illegally while I'm texting you. I'm risking 2 tickets to get next to you. Inspecting you, one-on-one flexing you. You put the rest to test, is what the best can do. Step into your office like I'm doing business with you. Got the address now, subtract the dress. Ooh, ooh, I got the Henny and some Bill swishes. I'm coming to break it back, bitch, 6 positions. I'm being real, she think I'm acting when I flirt. I think I'm real, just so happens I'm a jerk. I can't fuck just anybody, I know my worth. Some girls I elevate you, some I run you through the dirt. Giving me FaceTime, she wanna get hurt. I murk that, she'll be thinking about work. Make a dry humor chick laugh when she squirt. Pulling up her front, about to put this vagina to work. I'm like a miner at work, I'm thinking searching for treasure. She thinking I'm Chilean, I'ma be in it forever. No, sorry, Superman know who my daddy is, and I ain't leaving here without Jones. I'm H, that's a motherfucker. And your pics looking fine, bitch. Just to waste some time on these other suckers till I come around with the pine ridge. I take it to the valley. I take it to the valley. I take it to the valley. I take it to the valley.
Right. So this is who these foundations are building a relationship with, right? These ones that are trying to help the youth, right? Everybody, there's a problem. Let me see if this is even still live. Let's see what's going on, or if, what people are saying. If anybody's here, hold on. Let's see. Okay, we're still here. Oh, thank God, because last time they cut my YouTube, my live. Hey, let's go again. So that is who, again, these foundations are building a friendship with, and they want the youth to look up to this guy. As you could see in the video, he was in the video talking with they planned how to put together these Ridgeway courts in the community center, right? Okay. So now we're going to cover, what are we going to cover next? Let me look at my notes. Okay. So let's look at, I want you guys to see this. Let's break down, because I keep talking about the foundations and stuff, but I'm going to have to show everybody what I'm talking about, because a lot of people don't research, unfortunately. Okay. So we'll get it. Let's hear what a Masonic website tells you about charities, these Masonic charities, okay? All right. So I'm going to skip that. Okay. Why do Masonic lodges actively promote fundraising activities? So this is their front. This is their reason, which is a front, okay? So Masonic fundraiser activities are based upon Masonic relief. The tenets principles of Freemasonry are brotherly love, which is faggot love, right? Relief, I guess releasing your disgusting fluids on people, right? And truth, which is the last thing Masons do is tell the truth. Brotherly love and truth are pretty much self-explanatory. Well, I guess the truth is that they're fucking gay as hell. I don't know. Anyways, relief is a form of charity. It means to help our fellow man who, no matter how industrious and frugal he may be, through sudden misfortune or other conditions, other which he has no control, may be in temporary need of a helping hand. Relief for the misfortunate did not begin with Freemasonry. You will find it written in the holy scriptures of holy books of all religious faiths. Okay. All right. So, charity fund. Therefore, most Masonic lodges have a charity fund. Typically, this fund does not contain a large amount of money. Yeah, right. That's a lie. This money is obtained from small donations given to the lodge sporadically throughout the year from some of its members, but the majority of the charity fund is obtained from lodge fundraising activities in active partnership with their community. Okay. So basically, the money they make is from all the shit they invested in, right? Because again, they invest in the communities and the crimes, right? The criminal operations. Okay. That's how they get their return. So let's look. Oh, hold on. What was I looking for? Wait, there's something I'm missing. Oh, I should have read the first sentence. Okay, I skipped it. Okay. So some lodges choose to donate money from their fundraising activities to worthy causes at the national level, such as Red Cross, Salvation Army, Special Olympics, United Way, or other well-known charities. Note, okay, because they're all Masonic charities. Everybody, okay? So that's just to get us started here. Oh, what's this one? Okay, hold on. Not yet. Hold on. Okay. Let me just figure out what I'm reading next, guys. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Okay, we're going to go here. So, as you can see, Maple Leaf, sports entertainment. Actually, no, we're going to start there. Or here. Hold on, let me see if I can find that info. Okay, that's all right. We're going to start here. And then we'll go into the Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment business, organization, foundation, whatever. Okay, the foundation and the business too. We'll go into that briefly. Okay, so this is a stakeholder report I came across for a foundation called Pathways to Education. Okay, so this is just, I'm using an example so you guys can see how these criminals that operate the world, how they function and what they do. Again, they work through nonprofits. They donate money to each other because that's how they exchange money for whatever criminal operations they're operating. Okay? And it's very obvious. When I break it down, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just using this as an example, everybody, okay? Okay. I want to read all this. I'm trying to find. Okay, so Pathways to Education is a charitable organization that helps youth in low-income communities. They love to invest in, the less fortunate, for a reason. Anyway, communities graduate from high school and successfully transition into post-secondary education or training. Pathways removes systematic barriers to education by providing a leadership, expertise, and a community-based program proven to lower dropout rates. Okay? Apparently. All right. So let's look at their donors. I'm not going to go through all this right now because this foundation has nothing to do with my sister, but I just want to show you something. So these foundations, you can always find the paper trail. Like I was mentioning this in pretty much all of my videos whenever I talk about nonprofits. There's a paper trail. There's always a paper trail. You just have to go look for it. Here's one right here. Well, the beginning of the trail. So these are the donors, and you're going to see government agencies, other foundations, and other, I guess, very affluent groups and people donating to these foundations. Because again, these are the criminals that run the world. Okay, so you're going to see $10 million donation from the government of Ontario and United Way, which is a Freemason foundation. Okay, so we're going to look at the names, guys. Bell Canada, Bank of Montreal, CIBC, Social Justice Fund, Public Health Agency, TD Bank loves to invest in the inner city. So what is TD Bank really up to? Anyway, hold on, we're reading the rest. MLSE Foundation, the same one that invested a whole fucking bunch of money into my old neighborhood. Okay? Kiwanis Club is another Freemason organization or, subordinate or Masonic organization. Who else am I missing here? There's one more group I'm missing here. Hold on. But look, CTV Global Media, IBM Computers, all of these different, hold on, CAA Local. Like, do people see what's happening here? Are people getting it now? Canadian Tire, which was also involved or sponsored the whole Ridgeway brand. Okay, Sears Canada. And if you look into these people, they're all fucking rich as fuck and into some shady shit. George Brown College, Four Seasons Hotels, and I talked about hotels and what the shit they're into and the dungeons and the fucking shit they have in the basement and all that kind of stuff and the secret rooms in the hotels. Telus, what else is here? Zellers, you name it. But there's somebody missing here. Hold on, let's press Control F. Make it easy. Lodger. No, Mason. There you go. The Masonic Foundation of Ontario. How much did they donate? Ooh, so about $10,000 to $25,000. Okay. So the Freemasons are interested in helping low-income people or families and children and youth, apparently. Okay. Now we're going to cover. Hold on. I'm trying to do this in order. Let me check the chat quick, see what's going on. See if any trolls are here. What's going on, Makira Elohim? How are you today? Hello, greetings. Greetings. I put too many E's and G's, but that's okay. All right. So let's go back to my links. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay. So let's look into Sick Kids Foundation. I just want to show you something. Because like I was telling y'all, these foundations give each other money because it's basically business exchanges they're doing. They're right, whatever shit they're into, organ harvesting, sex trafficking, all kinds of madness. Okay, this is what the money exchanges are really about. It's not about helping people. Okay, that's the front. Just like the bodega in the hood, everybody knows it's a front. Every shit is being sold in the back. It's the same shit. All right. So, oh wait, what happened to that link I had? Oh, I didn't put it in. Okay. Now I'm going to cover a couple more links and then I'm going to leave it at that because I think I've been going an hour. Yeah. But I'm going to keep coming with the videos. Okay. I'm doing good. I was on last night and I'm back again the next day. So I'm going to keep it up. All right. Why did they have to make the child, like the child does not look well. It's just disgusting. Anyway. And look what the child's wearing. It's like they're naked. Man, I got to get a close up of that picture. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of symbolism within the jewelry that child's wearing because these people are fucking sick, demented piece of shit. Anyway, so we're gonna go to Sick Kids Hospital is a huge hospital in Toronto and is well known around the world. Okay, people travel from far and wide to get treatment for their children at this hospital. Okay. So, okay, it's just breaking down because again, they report everything. There's always a trail, guys. You just have people are too lazy. They don't want to look into things. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to find their donators. We're going to see the problem. Okay. We didn't talk about, I don't need to talk about them. So look at, okay, we're going to talk about the catalyst donors, and then I'm going to go down to the other donors. But just look at the names. So these people donated more than $1 million. BMO again, Bank of Montreal again, right? Who else did we see on the other page? That, well, not for $1 million here, but that's the only one. I don't remember the other because there's a lot of names. Okay. So, well, BMO is interested in youth and children, right? Bank of Montreal? Okay. More donators. Okay. Bell Canada, Heart and Stroke Foundation, right? The same people that take money from these big Monsanto giants. And then I guess they give the money to the Sick Kids Hospital, where they're using all kinds of experimental drugs and all kinds of shit on children, right? And vaccinations and all kinds of shit. All right. Do you guys not see the problem? Rogers Foundation, TD Bank again. So TD Bank loves the youth, loves the inner city, right? And wants to help sick children, apparently, right? Walmart, $10 million. That's a lot of money to just hand over to somebody. Do you think these greedy companies, okay, especially when you talk about these Rogers, these cable companies, banks, these motherfuckers are the cheapest motherfuckers of all time, right? If you have a problem where you need money to be returned to you or there's an issue, don't they give you the biggest problem of all time? Like give you all kinds of problems, but they're handing over $10 million to these organizations? It's kind of suspect, right? Costco again, CIBC again, 5 million to 10 mil. LCBO, so the liquor store, is investing in sick children. So is Scotiabank and Royal Bank, and Sears again, right? And Sick Kids Psychiatric Association, right? So a lot of these foundations have one business, and then they have 20 different foundations, and they all fucking launder money and give each other money. Okay? It's fucking retarded how they've gotten away with this shit for so long. I just don't get. Well, again, people have been under a spell. So anyway, so we see these people here, right? Grand patrons, Beer Canada. Okay. Air Canada again, because I'm pretty sure I saw that on the other one, right? Bayer Incorporated. Isn't that a big pharmaceutical giant that kills people all the time with drugs? How much did they donate? Okay. Let's keep going. CAA. Oh, they're interested in sick children. Okay, interesting. And these families are all rich. When you look into all these families on these lists, they're fucking filthy rich, and they got some fucking shady shit going on. All right. But anyway, we're gonna look for who we came here to look for. You're gonna pop up or what? Is it just MLS? Or is it frozen? I'm not gonna be happy. Maybe I should just go through the list. Or is it under something else? Damn it. Okay, that's all right. I'm gonna figure this out. Let's go Masonic. There we go. So the Masonic Foundation of Ontario, again, another group, right? And how much did they donate? Right? Okay. A lot of money. Hotels of Canada as well. They're interested in sick children. And again, we noticed here the Sick Psychiatric Association, Sick Kids Psychiatric Association. Now we're going to talk about, I don't know why I can't find the MLSE link or, okay. Is it further down or I'm just low? Or is it somewhere else? It could be a different report, to be honest, because I downloaded a couple of them. I'll look it up again, but I don't think it's there. The other one. Oh, Maple Leaf. Oh, wait. Here we go. That's what I wanted to cover. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. Sorry, I forgot. So the president and chief executive officer of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment is a board member of Sick Kids. Okay? Now we're going to see how this is problematic. Oh, yeah. And look at the other board members. Royal Bank of Canada, Financial Holdings, Federal Express, Facebook, and Instagram. Sobeys, which was another company that they're the ones that donated to Ridgeway, right? Do y'all see this? So let's look into okay, this is the link I need here. So remember we saw the Masonic Foundation of Ontario being one of the donators? Okay. So let's click here. Okay. So this is about supposed research to help children. Okay. I'm just going to read this part briefly. So in 1978, to celebrate the 125th anniversary of the Grand Lodge in 1980, the foundation initiated a fundraising campaign to expressly support medical research into hearing problems of the inner ear, particularly to contribute to the development of the cochlear implant program, Project HELP, raised a capital fund of $600,000. With the interest earned, the Masonic Foundation supports the auditory science laboratory at the Hospital of Sick Children. So contributions have totaled approximately $1.3 million since the inception of the project. Okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of that. We're going to click here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to click here, and we're going to see a fucking huge problem here. Okay, huge fucking problem. Let's look up Robert and what the fuck he does. Okay? This doctor. I don't know what I did the link. I thought it was here, but that's okay. We'll find it quickly. Is it this one or that one? It's this one. Because I already looked at it. I just forgot to put it in my notes. Okay. So Robert V. Harrison. Look at this demonic piece of shit. Look at him. He looks like he looks like a fucking lizard to me anyway. He looks like he fucking drinks blood and all kinds of fucking shit. Anyway, the Hospital of Sick Children, he's the director of the Auditory Science Laboratory of Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery, okay, Research Institute, senior scientist, neurosciences and mental health, Okay. And the University of Toronto. He's a professor. Okay. And he also, hold on, it's going to get more interesting here. Is it that link? Where to go here? Oh, wait, we forgot. The Research Institute, Neurosciences, and Mental Health. Do you know what that means, though? Mind control, experimentation. That's basically what that means at the end of the day. Okay. And also this too, Institute of Biomaterials and Biomedical Engineering. Do you guys not see the problem? So the Masonic Foundation is donating up to $1 million more to this fucker, basically, because that's the front, right? It's a front, guys. And he is basically a mind control handler. And basically what they're doing, because Sick Kids Hospital, along with many other, pretty much every hospital, but more certain hospitals are more, every hospital has basically whatever, a niche, okay? So it's pretty clear Sick Kids is definitely some type of mind control type of base. Okay? For them to be putting all this money into this, there has to be a return. And he deals with the ear. And I don't know if I was trying to explain to you guys before, but I didn't even think I really went into this. But when it comes to like music and stuff like that, people need to research music and the frequency that our music is tuned to currently when we listen to the radio or watch music on on our computers or tablets. This frequency is actually damaging to our DNA. And if you go deeper into sound science or sound medicine, okay, you can heal people of ailments and illnesses with sound, and you can also program people's brains, okay, their psyche, and make them very sick using sound. Okay? All right. So I hope you guys are seeing what's happening here. Let's check the chat. Yeah, I played the video again. Because the sound wasn't working. So when I finish the video, if you go back, you're gonna see the video, but I guess you saw it already. Yes, right frequency. Again, I was just trying to show everybody, because the sound wasn't on the other video, that this is what the government and these foundations are investing in this rapper, Rich Kid. He's supposed to be a role model. Meanwhile, he's eating people in videos and shit. Right? Okay. Unbelievable. All right. So we covered that. Okay. Because I'm not trying to go too long. Last night I went too long and I got distracted by those trolls. Oh man, they're gonna have quite the they're gonna have be dragged to hell and back just now. But anyway, let's see where I wanted to look at next. Just for today. Okay. So we're gonna cover. Oh, I did have the link there all along. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna go here. We're gonna leave it here. We're gonna start here. So, this is a thread where people are dropping some receipts here. Okay, I don't know where to start with this comment because it's a very long. Where do I start reading this? Okay. So this guy's talking about an incident where a student from a Toronto school. Okay, let's read this here. We'll start here. Okay. Martin Cruz is said to have suicidally jumped from the massive Bloor Street Viaduct Bridge to land on the grounds of Rosedale Heights Art School below during the Ontario's teacher union general strike. And therefore, no one was inside the Rosedale Heights School on the grounds of which his body was found to actually see it. Only 2 people claim to have witnessed it. So I'm going to, I don't know if I'll look for the article, but we'll see. Okay. What is odd is that Kenneth O. Young jumped from exactly the same spot on the same bridge, but this was on a school day. The school holds over 1,200 students and faculty and staffers, yet not one person at Rosedale Heights school saw Oh Young jump. Again, as in the case of Martin Cruz's alleged suicide jump, only 2 people on the bridge claim to have seen it. Oddly, both young men were found exactly in the same spot below the bridge, said to have jumped from the exact same spot. What are the odds? Both men jumping from the identical spot on the bridge months apart. Another oddity is that the teachers' union strike was by the same Ontario Teachers Union, which now happens to own the controlling interest in Maple Leafs Sports Entertainment, the same foundation that put a whole fucking bunch of money into Ridgeway because of the fucking operation my dad set up for that area because he's a special operative for the Special Forces of Canada. Anyway, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the new Air Canada Centre, the same teachers union that has a Masonic lamp as its logo, right? Which is the same lamp in the National Press Club logo of the Bohemian Grove. The same union that Hodgson and the principal of Rosedale were members of, and the principal was the last person that O Young was known to have been with alive? What really happened to Young that afternoon? He was in a secret meeting with 2 members of 2 Masonic unions, police and teachers, in trouble for connecting an employee of the Masonic Teachers Union to the crimes of a Masonic Leafs organization. Another thought, who was hiring all these pedophiles to work at Maple Leaf Gardens? 3 overt and active pedophiles working there all at the same time? Sounds fishy to me. Except when you note that the Leafs owner, Balliard, himself was a pedophile. So let's look at this quote here. Now let's look at this article. So the lawyer for a woman who says Harold Ballard sexually abused her as a child is crediting the current owners of the Toronto Maple Leafs for settling the case out of court. Let's click on this. Oh, it's not there. Oh. They got rid of that story. Okay. I didn't click on the stories, but I did search them quickly and I forgot to save the links. But that's okay. All right. I'll do that in the other video. Okay. So MLSE comes to terms in suit involving Ballard. So now living in King City, which is north of Toronto, the plaintiff, who was identified in court documents only as RM, alleged that Ballard first abused her in 1963 when she was 10. Her uncle worked as a painter at Maple Leaf Gardens. Ballard died in 1990 at the age of 86, and his estate wouldn't be included as a defendant. You see? Because the claim was filed more than 2 years after his death. The lawsuit was filed on April 9, 2003. The woman charged that the abuse occurred generally on holidays and weekends in locations including Ballard's car in the underground parking garage at the Gardens, the hockey arena's rafters, and the popular hot stove lounge. It continued repeatedly until she was 18, she alleged. During the years she claimed she was abused, Ballard would give her tickets to the Garden events, like front row seats to the 1960 Beatles concert, between the ages of 16 and 18. She allegedly worked as his driver. The woman sought damages of at least $1.9 million, including $200,000 for pain and suffering, $500,000 for loss of future income, and $1 million for special and punitive damages. The complainant hadn't approached authorities or filed a lawsuit before the last year, her lawyer told the Star, because Ballard threatened to fire her uncle. Okay, because they always threaten you, right? Look what they're doing to me. Ballard was also named in a suit as an alleged abuser of a male. His estate was sued on the basis that Ballard knew what was occurring at Maple Leaf Gardens and allowed it to happen. Right? So former Toronto Maple Leafs owner Harold Ballard knew of the pedophile scandal at his Gardens hockey arena and once sexually propositioned a boy, according to the new lawsuit. Okay, so I'm going to read this guy's comment and finish there. Actually, I'm going to leave you guys with one more thing, but it's not going to be about what I've talked about today. I'm kind of keeping everybody in limbo here on purpose. Anyway, I mentioned Red Kelly's pyramid cover craze in the context of proof that the Leafs organization was into Masonic rituals, and also in the context of showing people that Harold Ballard was not the Christian conservative establishment type that a lot of people seem to think he was. If he were, he never would have tolerated the coach of his team being featured live on Hockey Night in Canada, placing little pyramids under the Toronto Maple Leafs player bench. Ballard was notoriously obsessive about controlling every aspect of the arena, the team, and even the league. He loved pyramid power because he was a Masonic New Ager into the occult and tended to surround himself with people who shared his interests. Okay, so let's go into. I think there's more too, but I'm gonna just leave it at that. I think. Should I? Oh no, there's more. I can't forget that. Sorry, y'all. There's more. Oh man, I need to. I was about to stop. Okay. So, uh, so those of us who have known Ray since the early days when he was a volunteer who did food at the, I guess, gay community dances, those salacious Saturday night extravaganzas at the Masonic Temple. I don't know if you guys looked at this, Bohemian Grove. There's a lot of articles about it and them being exposed for hiring a bunch of gay prostitutes during their rituals and their parties. Okay? Anyway, he's a promiscuous gossip. And whatever. Okay, but what was the point I'm trying to read here? Because I don't want to be all over the place. Okay, so GDC, the Gay Community Dance Community, or Gay Community Dance Committee, had lit up the first 519th Church Street Community Center, but soon moved to the Concert Hall, a huge former Masonic temple. Okay, so it dances eventually attracted up to 2,000 revelers, breaking the record set by the 1978 biggest gay dance in the history of Toronto. I'm sorry, it just sounds so funny. And raking up in what is a gay dance? Like, I don't know. Anyway, raking up in $10,000 each time, split among groups who sent volunteers. Okay, so by the early 1980s, gay people in Toronto have built one of the most organized, politically sophisticated communities anywhere. It had achieved, as George Hislop would later put, institutional completeness. And I don't know if you guys have heard about Bruce McArthur, the serial killer from Toronto. He's 8 bodies now they found, and a lot of his victims were from a village in Toronto, which is a lot of homosexuals live. Okay? So a lot of his victims were actually gay men. Okay? Anyway, 10-year-olds invited to MTV Much Music dances, chaperoned by North Island Masonic Lodge. Now, I don't know if you guys know the MTV studio is located in the Toronto Masonic Temple. Okay? What was the okay? So anyway, so March 9th, Community Hall grades 5, 6, 7, 68. They went to the Masonic Lodge to have a party. What the fuck happened there? Because I know I'm not sending my children to no Masonic Lodge for no party. So anyway, yeah. So this is MTV and the Masonic. It says Masonic Temple there. You can look at a picture, look it up. In the daytime, it's very clear, and you see the compass and everything. Okay, it's fucking right in your fucking face. Everybody, okay. Let me just look at the notes one more time because I don't want to leave something undone. And I think I'm going to leave the rest for later. So what I'm going to do now, we are going to cover, oh wait, what's this one? Hold on, wait a second. Oh, okay, I forgot this. This is what I was forgetting. So remember we talked about, we covered the Sick Children's Health Hospital and the money. I just showed you a brief example as to the director of that certain department. And he is basically a professor of neurosciences and mental health and biomedical substances and all kinds of shit, which is basically the shit that is used in government mind control experiments. Okay, so here's an article from the CBC. And remember, the stuff that comes to the surface is usually watered down or very old news. Not old, but it happened a long time ago, and they try to play it off as it doesn't happen anymore. Meanwhile, it's actually gotten more sophisticated, more prevalent everywhere. It's just people don't see what's going on. So anyway, Stranger Than Fiction, the real life CIA project that inspired Stranger Things. I haven't seen the show, but okay. Anyway, more than few Canadians will be sleep deprived this weekend after staying up late to binge watch Stranger Things too. The show's much anticipated second season dropped on Netflix. Stranger Things was an instant hit when it launched last summer, receiving rave reviews for its eerie soundtrack and an unabashed pastiche. I'm probably butchering that word. Gotta look up what that is. I don't know what that means, and I don't like when I don't know what a word means. Anyway, of 80s influences. It follows a group of kids in a fictional town of Hawkins in Indiana as they struggle to uncover a massive government conspiracy with the help of a psychic girl named Eleven. Um, so, but while the show's plot is pretty fantastical or fantastical, it's not all science fiction. So, Stranger Things creators actually borrowed parts of the story from real life CIA experiments. Some of those experiments took place in Montreal, where in the 1950s and 60s, psychiatrist Dr. Ewan Cameron subjected his patients to treatments including electroshocks, experimental drugs, and long periods of chemically induced sleep. Earlier this year, the Canadian government quietly paid a $100,000 settlement to the daughter of one of Cameron's victims. 100 grand, that's it? Anyway, probably because they were threatened, right? And they're like, we're giving you this, take it or leave it. Anyway, but Dr. Ewan Cameron wasn't the only one conducting bizarre and troubling CIA experiments on unwitting patients in the mid to late 20th century. Okay? So we asked journalist Katie Drell to take us through some of the creepiest government experiments that inspired Stranger Things. So here's some of what she had to say. Project MK Ultra. The most obvious real life influence for Stranger Things was the project called MK Ultra, which is still operating to this day. But again, these Masons try to control the narrative, and when they cannot contain a story, they bring it out, but then they try to act like they fix the problem and it's not happening anymore. Meanwhile, again, it's more prevalent, more sophisticated everywhere. Okay. Anyway, okay. It was a CIA covert operation that happened from the 1950s to the 70s. It took place over 80 institutions. It's a lot. And that's what they're just telling us. So again, like I've been telling everybody, it's everywhere. Schools, hospitals, everywhere. And each institution has their own niche, depending on what people are working in these facilities, what country it's in. All that takes, um, takes, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Dictates what their niches or whatever operations they're operating. But anyway, it took place at over 80 institutions, schools and universities, jails, even hospitals that were privately funded. And a lot of the participants in it had no idea they were part of the government experiment, right? Most people don't know they're being mind controlled, okay, because of the techniques they use. Anyway, they wanted to find ways to extract information, and they were testing them on the American public. MK Ultra's point was to develop methods and products for war, especially the Cold War. They wanted to find ways to extract information, and they were testing them on American public. Project MK Ultra is actually mentioned by the name in the show when Chief Hopper, who's kind of trying to get to the bottom of everything that's happening at Hawkins Laboratory, tracks down Terry Ives, or I'm probably butchering that last name, who tries to sue the government for abuse. She explicitly mentions Project MK Ultra and being a part of those experiments without being aware of it. So these shady CIA operatives play a pivotal role in the first season. Sensory deprivation. Eleven is one of the main characters in Stranger Things, and we discover pretty early on that the government is trying to shape her into an almost killing machine, which is basically what my grandfather did to his children. He turned them into murderers because he's one himself. She's a human weapon of war, and they're doing this by putting her through a lot of different experiments. And like I mentioned before, my dad and my mom too, actually, well, when I think about my grandmother's a murderer too. She's a fucking Eastern Star, and so was her. So was my grandfather, her ex-husband. Um, and my mom's a fucking murderer too because I didn't tell people this when the police came to my house. Um, and I reported my sister missing. I also let them know of all the things I basically figured out over time because my parents have had a lot of people die around them, and I figured out, my God, these people have been killing people. My parents are serial killers. So I didn't mention that about my mom either, but my mom is also a serial killer. Okay. Anyway, so when they grew up, they were tortured. Okay, they were tied up, beaten, burned, raped, witnessed murder. I mean, my parents had a horrible childhood. Okay, and it was again their programming to become the murderers they are now today. Anyway, she's a human weapon of war, and they're doing this by putting her through a lot of different experiments. So Dr. Ewan Cameron used a combination of hallucinatory drugs like LSD, electroshock therapy, and sensory deprivation on a lot of unwitting patients. One of the first indications we get in the show that the government is participating in unorthodox experiments is when we see Eleven, who is a little girl, entering a sensory deprivation chamber. She's being submerged underwater. And this is the kind of stuff I experienced as a child, everybody, okay? I already kind of talked about this stuff. These actually existed and were used by the government as part of MK Ultra, who was working on a sub project of MK Ultra using a combination of hallucinatory drugs like LSD, electroshock therapy, and sensory deprivation on a lot of unwitting patients, many who came to see him for things like anxiety. Okay. Well, that's when she's going into a tank. And I remember this stuff. Very well, I don't know what to say. It's I'm lucky I'm alive and sane. Anyway, mind control and remote viewings. And I've talked about remote viewing and that kind of stuff also. The FBI and these different agencies hire people. I don't care if people don't believe in this stuff or don't subscribe to it, but there are people who have certain supernatural abilities, are able to view people. A perfect example is The Last Jedi. And when, what's her name? God damn it. She's able to talk to Kylo Ren telepathically, and she's able to see what he's doing. That's called remote viewing. Remote viewing. And there's people who can do that. People can be in a different country and tap into whatever, like tap in and see what you're doing in your house. Okay? So just letting you know. Anyway, MK Ultra was clearly a huge influence on Stranger Things, but it was shut down by the 70s, which is a lie. And Stranger Things takes place in the 80s. But there were actually some pretty weird government experiments going on in the 80s too. The one that mostly closely resembles the things that were happening in Stranger Things is the Stargate project. Stargate was just getting warmed up by 1983. It actually started in 1978 and went all the way to 95. And it was established to see whether psychic phenomena could be used in the military applications. It wasn't even a CIA project. It was an Army project. So that's 11, because remember, she's psychic, right? She can remote view and all that. So that's why these pieces of shit are doing all these experiments on her. Okay? Do you remember that the scene? Well, I didn't see it, but do you remember that scene where 11 is told to try to kill a cat with her mind? Those telekinetic abilities and psychic powers were something the government was genuinely testing for. They weren't testing for because they already know exists. So they were just using people for whatever operations they, whatever they're trying to do. So anyway, there was a movie and book called The Men Who Stare at Goats. That's a very good example. And if you Google that title and Google like real life or something, you're gonna find an article, a few articles, or even if it's alternative media about people, ex soldiers and people in the military talking about how they're training, or people in black ops. Sorry, let's be right here. Let's get it right. So people in black ops basically this kind of stuff was a part of the training. Okay, they have to sit there and kill a goat with their mind. All right, it's for real. Okay. Anyway, remember our minds are computers, everybody. Okay, and our eyes and all that, they're just it's just a receptor. We're not actually seeing anything because everything is actually a program we're in, and this is a science. We live in a simulated reality. String theory. Everybody look up string theory. You're gonna see basically we live in a program. So everything that we are receiving through our receptors is information. Okay. So if you're able to learn how to use your brain and transmit certain things that you don't think you're able to do, or most people don't think are possible, then okay, this is when you become a threat to these kind of agencies and stuff like this. Okay. But anyway, all right, maybe that again. So there is a movie and a book called The Man Who Stared Goats about the people who were involved in the Stargate experiments, testing telekinetic abilities by attempting to kill goats with their minds. One of the other missions for the Stargate project was to see whether people could engage in remote viewing. Excuse me. We actually see in Stranger Things as well when Eleven, while undergoing sensory deprivation, is able to listen in on a Russian conversation and actually see them in front of her. There was a section of the government that was convinced that we could potentially engage in remote viewings, and they were convinced enough that they thought this project was worth continuing from 78 to 95. Okay? That's her bending the can. I gotta watch the show. I really don't watch TV or any of that, especially nowadays. I don't have time. I gotta check that out. Anyway, there's one more thing I'm missing because now I saw that and I'm like, oh no, there's another article I'm missing here. I just don't know which one it is. Snap. Hold on, everybody. Don't want to lose my train of thought. God damn. Maybe I didn't put it there. Okay, that's all right. Let me think of oh, okay. So let's just go where I'm gonna leave off at. I was gonna do something else, but it's really late and I want to try to get a nap in before I have to get up because I gotta get up bright and early. I'm gonna get to sleep an hour. So we're gonna look into I'm gonna just type in Masonic Lodge trestle board and see what comes up. And I'm gonna do Hamilton District. So we're gonna look up. I was telling you guys about this before in a few videos. That Freemasons, again, because it's a nonprofit, everything is traceable. So you just gotta you can see who these Masons are meeting up with, so who they're doing business with, the other Masons in the different countries and different places, and you get to see what their niche is. So whatever that certain lodge, um, their niches, because again, each lodge is involved in the same stuff, but again, um, each lodge specializes in a certain thing. Okay, just like schools and hospitals and stuff like that, right? Like certain hospitals you go to get certain treatment because they're just better there, right? Okay. So let's look trestle, or I spell it wrong. Can I find one? I just want to find one trestle board, yo. Okay, here we go. Because I just want to show you how a trestle board works. Everybody needs to, actually, we're going to do two more things before I go. Okay. So this is a trestle board for 2015. Okay, this is in Hamilton area. Oh, I haven't seen one put together like that before. So it gives you a calendar, talk their stupid shit. They got all the information about the chaplains and this and that. Okay. And then this is, I believe, the Grand Masters, maybe, of each Grand Lodge. I guess. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Let me look at the end. Yeah. That's not the Grand Lodge of Canada, though, because those names aren't the same. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. So these are just what is this list for? Oh, these people are the ones that died. Sorry. Okay, because I'm wondering what the fuck is this list about. So these are people that have died, I guess, Mason. Okay. So here they're telling you where they're having their banquets, their meetups. Okay. For March. So these are big meetings. Remember, Masons meet up every week. So Google, everyone needs to Google how many Masonic lodges are in their area. And I'm going to do it right now too, just for me, my area. And then I'm going to Google like Toronto, and then I'm going to like pick New York or something. Just so you guys can see how many lodges there are everywhere. Okay. So they tell you what they're doing. Okay. Meeting nights, where they're meeting. So they don't always meet at the same lodge. So if you're a part of a certain lodge, you don't always meet at your lodge because you meet at other lodges because it's a network. All right. And everybody's working together to oppress the planet. Okay. I haven't seen a trust board put together like this before, but it's telling you everything. Okay. Now let me find another one because there's one I'm trying to find where it talks about the stuff they do. Okay. Come on. Come on. Work, maybe. God damn it. Let's see if this one will work. I downloaded some, so if I have to go get one, I'll just, because I just want to show you what they're into, guys. They put it on their board and tell you the shit they're into. But these ones aren't telling you. I guess this is a different type of trestle board I'm clicking on. Okay. Let me try one more time. Or I could just go on the website, maybe. Hold on. Oh, this isn't it either. This is not what I want. Look at these pieces of shit. Look at them. Demonic demons. Mm-mm. It's California. Okay. Let me just want one trustable man. All right, let me go through my files. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute, showing all my business, and I'm gonna find the trestle board so I can just show you quickly. Okay, I have a link here. Let's type in trestle. Come on, you slow. Why is it not working? It's not even moving. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Give me a minute, y'all. Or maybe I should just, if I don't see. Oh, there it is. Bingo. Got it. All right. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Screen share. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody. Am I sharing? Or nah? There we go. Let's share. And let's go to this trestle board. Okay. This is what I was trying to look for here. Are you going to zoom in or what? All right. So this is just a trestle board. Where, oh, hell no. Where did the thing go? Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm just right here. I'm just blind. Okay. So this trestle board is for Brant District, which is kind of near me. Okay. My area. Okay. So look at this, y'all. Brant District Chairman. Okay. So now they're telling you the shit they're into. Masonic chip program. Oh, that's what I wanted to read. Okay. Okay. One more thing after this and I'm going. Okay. Blood donation. I've been talking about this over and over again. Actually, there's two things I need to show you before I end this. Okay. So Masonic chips and blood donation. All right. That's what I want to show y'all. It's on their fucking trestle board. And you look on everybody's trestle boards that are you look into their, or even their websites, okay, their lodge websites, you're going to see they're all into chipping people, and they're all into blood donation, aka vampirism. Okay? So let's go back to my list. And where is that article? My God, where'd it go? Oh, it's at the bottom, I think. Is it? Hold on. I might have to just Google it. I just don't want to do it. Okay, I'll just Google it. I lost that. I didn't copy that link. So we're going to look up an article that's in mainstream media about this. Okay. There we go. So I forgot to put the link there. Sorry, everybody. This is from the Huffington Post, everybody. Because again, they got to give you little slithers here and there. Okay. Anyways, conspiracy theorists need to theorize no more. In pages from a fiction novel brought to life, the strangest twists in popular folklore have been winding through our government corridors. In this case, I wouldn't blame you for being tempted to run by Snoops, which is Snopes, whatever. It's fucking Mason diversion website. Anyway. Oh boy. Fabled as a secret society, Freemasons see themselves as an esoteric fraternity, an ancient brotherhood of initiates who are voted into membership for the purpose of sharing enlightenment through the use of exclusive teachings. They are not a religious group. Yes, they are. Anyway, and yet elevated status can be obtained through invitation to the various esteemed rites and the legendary Knights Templar. That full proper title is the United Religious, Military, and Masonic Order and the St. John of Jerusalem, Palestine, Rhodes, and Malta. It is argued that they find their roots in a historical Christian militia, which once upon a time nearly bankrupted in the Vatican. Despite an effort to distance themselves from politics and religion in modern times, Scandinavian branches to this day will only permit entry of fellow Christian worshippers. Women remain forbidden, although there's good news for slaves and the disabled, who may have overcome discrimination after 1,000 years of human rights progression. On the Grand Lodge of Canada website, which is the lodge my grandfather and my dad, and the chief of police of Hamilton, and the chief of police of Peel Police, and the office of the independent police review director, who is investigating my complaints against the police, they're all a part of this lodge. Okay. Anyway, on the Grand Lodge of Canada website, they continue to affirm this elusive aura with statements like the following: Freemason is a fraternal association of men of good and high ideals, but is not a public association. Private is a more appropriate description than the secret. And as with many organizations, certain information is reserved for members only. So why then is an exclusive group collecting our children's DNA with the support of police and government across USA and Canada? You know them as Masonic Chip, or perhaps you've been led to believe it was a state and provincial endeavor intended to protect your little ones. They set up fairs, forge partnerships with law enforcement, and even strive to distribute their services through North American public school system. In Massachusetts, the Freemason program was promoted by CBS News from the steps of the official state house and included their police dog, coincidentally named Mason. Reporters only failed to mention the private nod to those promoting him or that government had little to do with it because it's a front, right? Everything's a fucking front. They're just fucking pathological liars. What is a Masonic chip, you ask? It begins on the surface as a child identification project. In case your loved ones are ever to be horrendously abducted, parents of parents are familiar with at-home kits to record their kids' vital information for protection against the greatest of all fears to be inflicted on a family. Yeah, I know that too well. Anyway, normally height, weight, hair, and eye color are recorded along with a set of fingerprints and hopefully a current photograph. It's just good folks at your local Masonic lodge saw fit to take things further. Or no, that was the front, right? Because people in government and police are Masons. Anyway, with advances in technology, they began to offer digital fingerprints, digital imaging, digital video, dental impressions, and DNA mouth swabs. This data processing is managed by their proprietary software that's designed to be compatible with local and national law enforcement. This, after all, a campaign created by the police in the Brotherhood, regardless of its private funding. A great distinction is made to ensure governments are nothing more than their supporters. Freemasons assert ownership of this project as an integral part of their mission statement. We, the Freemasons, are the sole sponsor of the Masonic Safety Identification. Yeah, fucking liars. And look how they put in quotation sponsor. So that you replace that with investor, right? Because again, these people, you see how Mark Zuckerberg's trying to figure out what words to use? They all do the same shit. They're very evasive and very shady. But anyway, we, the Freemasons, are the sole sponsor, quotation marks, of the Masonic Safety Identification Initiatives as developed in our various Masonic Grand Lodge jurisdictions. As such, we schedule the events and coordinate the equipment, materials, and volunteers necessary to conduct events. All groups and individuals are welcome to work alongside, but they are not referred as sponsors, but listed and involved as supporters, right? Supporting partners, corporate partners, in collaboration with or in cooperation with. Do you see how fucking shady oh my god. Anyway, they claim their services are superior to what a parent could accomplish at home by recording the children's data personally and providing their own healthcare professionals, quotations, yeah, to collect their DNA samples, which are basically big databases where they're collecting people's DNA. And guess what? Your DNA tells everything about you. There's a lot about our DNA people don't realize. Most people aren't functioning on all their DNA. Okay? There's how many strands? Most people are only functioning on 2 to 3 strands of DNA because of the food they eat, because there's their lifestyle. Okay? When you should be functioning on at least 11 or 12 strands, right? So, and when you activate that DNA, look at the movie Lucy. If you guys haven't watched that movie already, when you activate your brain and your DNA, there's a lot of things that are going to happen. So this is why they collect people's DNA and children's DNA, okay? Because they can see what's in your DNA, what your abilities are. And this is how they're able to identify who their targets are and who they want to contain. Okay? Anyway, these are either hired hands who answer to the Freemasons or members of the fraternity whose history and credentials are protected by the organization. There is no way to guarantee what happens behind closed doors, and although they claim to delete sensitive information, the Canadian website states no information is ever stored by the Masonic chip program, which is a fucking lie. Any computer savvy person knows clicking an X isn't permanent unless you format the entire system, right? Parents are asked to trust an intriguing private fraternity to ensure that quality standards are met and family privacy is legally respected without any kind of oversight, right? Because Freemasons fund 100% of the initiative, there is no opportunity to discuss issues regarding data ownership or how they feel about those technicalities in their privacy of their meetings. Every Masonic lodge may jump on the bandwagon and choose to run the program differently. None are managed at the national level by the exact set of principles. The only thing they share is an internet portal where everyone claims to expunge the information that was painstakingly collected. Yeah, I love whoever wrote this article. Painstakingly collected, right? Because we already know that person was tortured when that shit was collected. Anyway, let us then consider The function of the DNA sample. If a child goes missing, will the police swab every glass and rock they come across for a match to find the trail? In the video of the Massachusetts, in the video for Massachusetts, they claimed it would help Mason pick up a scent. But in all reality, the clothes a child was last wearing will provide a stronger nose. And this can't be the intended purpose. DNA has nothing to do with scent. And its only use can be harnessed once a child has been located, right? You see, their front didn't even work. People called them out right away. With somber scrutiny, and if further tragedy struck, authorities would match remains with the parental samples for definitive confirmation. It is the parent's DNA that could aid in matching the unarmed, but only accredited laboratories are permitted to conduct the process. Whether a parent or child collecting DNA cannot occur at an open park event run by stranger volunteers and become admissible to the national database. The FBI continually quotes the DNA Identification Act of 1994 in establishing these requirements to be included in CODIS. It is with great sadness for grieving families that we must note the Freemason project is not supported by government DNA databases. Although superficial identifiers are surely helpful and Freemasons contribute to the charitable acts in their communities, which is a front, the most controversial component of the Masonic chip undertaking is not recognized for the purpose they advertise and state to parents, right? Because it's a front. Anyway, furthermore, a simple hair sample from children is all that we needed, and in the United States, only 5 of these cases are permitted per month per licensed agency. Okay? In Canada, the situation is even more colluded, as the federal government won't consent to a missing person's DNA database whatsoever. They state privacy law and cost concerns as a barrier to its establishment. So 50,000 families that already participated have shared their biometric markers with Freemasons for apparently no good reason, because it's not even legal, y'all. It is therefore peculiar. The Masonic Grand Lodge of Canada, would make bold claims to be working with Canadian law enforcement agencies to gain the trust of parents. All in all, they've registered 1.5 million children to date. And that's bullshit because they're not giving you all the numbers. It's a lot more than that. That's the stuff they have on the books. Remember, these fuckers like to put a lot of shit off the books, including this case. Anyway, the push is on the document as many as possible, as keenly demonstrated by the event schedule for Ontario. From community halls to grocery stores, fairground booths, libraries, and even chartered banks, right? The same fuckers donating to the Sick Children's Hospital MK Ultra operation. The private fraternity will be on hand to collect everything about your children, whether it's relevant or not. When it comes to the little people, we do anything to protect them, but perhaps their families might give sober second thought to what exactly they're signing up. They're signing in a contract with Freemasons. This DNA collection program is planned to be extended to the disabled community and seniors. But who benefits when it's admissible to a certified registry of any sort? And why is the face of government through public schools or police through public events being placed on effort from private organizations to mislead parents? Sharing one's fingerprints and biometrics is a serious decision. For public safety, we must insist that brokers of such events become transparent and regulated, right? All right. Let's see what we all saying. I have one more thing for y'all and I'm out today, but I'll be back later. Let's see what's going on. Okay. All right. So I have one more thing for y'all. Let me just exit all this stuff. Actually, I'll just exit this, close that, and then I'm going to close that. So I don't need the trestle board no more. on, y'all. All right. And then I'm going to close my links because I don't need those right now. It's because my computer's kind of slow right now when I've got too much open. Okay. Yeah, I'm chewing too much. So here. Okay. So let's go to, what am I looking for? This. Oh, and I think I got to click on that too. I might have one more thing to look at. Sorry, y'all. Let me open the other one and see what it is first before I go to that. Oh, this is the one I was looking for earlier. Okay. I believe. Let me see if I find what I'm looking for. Any pop up or what? Why is it not popping up? Okay. I know the the same Maple Leafs, Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment Foundation, as well as the Masonic Foundation. Okay. All are on this list. So this is the largest gifts from Canadian charities to other qualified donees or donies, I guess, right? Okay. Probably butchered that. Okay. And I find what I'm looking for. I might have to go back to this later because I don't want to be skimming through it and make a note of where everything. Everybody. But do you see the money here, guys? Like, do you not see the problem? MasterCard Foundation, hospital, university, Jewish Community Foundation. It's like it's so obvious. And I just touched the surface. Like, I didn't even really get into shit yet. Unbelievable how they've gotten away with this for so fucking long. Okay, forget this. We'll go back to this tomorrow. Oh no, I don't want to close that. Just this tab. Okay. So we'll just cover this and then I'm out because I gotta take a nap. Okay. So this is Canada Blood Services Partners for Life Achievement Report. So they have a report. They report every, I guess, quarter. Okay. As to how much donations they get and partners and stuff. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see how much money or pledges and donations they got in just this quarter here. Okay? And this is just Canadian Blood Services. This isn't even Canada Red Cross or, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Because Canada Red Cross, the numbers are going to be a lot higher. Okay? Anyway. Canadian Mental Health Association. Right? High schools. Oh, we're going to talk about this company next video. Okay, y'all? You're going to see the problem. Everybody's getting put on blast, y'all. Peel Police, Hamilton Police, the Thomas family, all the Ridge Rats. Okay? Anyway. Let's go what we're looking for here. What are we really looking for? I want to show y'all some. But do you see the company names here? It's very disturbing. Why are all these companies, fire departments, Dell computers, all into blood donation? I don't know. You tell me. They just anyway. Power Corporation, right? Hospital, police, Hamilton Police Services, the same police service, helping or working with Peel Police to keep my sister's murder and the discovery of over 40 bodies classified, right? Oh, let's look at how many they got. 18 donations, 100 pledges within 3 months. Okay. Knights of Columbus, which are basically Masonic organizations. Now let's get to the lodges. Remember I told you Masons are the biggest blood thieves of all time? Now this is just covering the Hamilton, Brantford kind of area. This isn't covering all of the lodges in these areas. Okay, because again, this is just Canadian Blood Service, Canadian Red Cross as well. And most lodges donate to the Red Cross. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the lodges and their numbers. Do you not see a problem, everybody? Well, look at Niagara District 1. I think that's oh, that's not Hamilton because there's a Niagara District C and I think that's Hamilton. Oh no, this is London. Wow, and London is full of drug addicts. London, Ontario. A lot of shady shit is going on in London. Look at their fucking blood count. 3 months. One lodge. Okay. How many people did they kill those 3 months? Okay. So I'm just trying to show y'all something. Okay. Insurance group. OPP. Okay. 29 donations. Okay. How many people are these people killing? Like I'm talking about the police and these bankers and all these different groups. Because again, they have to throw in some legitimate donations in there, right, to keep the front going. The rest of them are basically people that are missing and people they're experimenting with, stealing their blood and their DNA, right? So I just wanted to show you guys that. And before I go, I'm gonna Google this, and hopefully you guys do the same tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Masonic lodges in Hamilton, Ontario. I'm going to do that first. Then I'm going to do Toronto. And then I'm going to do New York, just for the fuck of it. Actually, I'm going to do New York and then Florida, because all these cities are involved in my sister's murder. All these different lodges from these different places. Okay. So am I going to get a whole list or not? Let's see. Hamilton, we got about 500,000 people here. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, the Grand Lodge of Canada is here. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's not all of them. There's 2 more. So there's 9 of them in Hamilton. Okay. All right, let's look at Toronto because there's going to be a lot more because Toronto's a lot bigger than Hamilton. Okay. You're going to get a whole fucking shitload of them. But let's go back. See if I can get it that way. 1, 2. Well, that's just East District though. That's the thing, guys. You're not gonna get a full list because they don't want people to see that. There's a lot more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a lot more than that. Okay. Again, you're gonna have to, if you want to get the exact numbers, I suggest you click on whatever districts they have in your area, and then you'll get a list of each the district lodges. So let's do it this way. So this is Toronto East alone. Okay, do you see how shady Google is? So Google was only showing 7 lodges in Toronto. And this is just one district. This isn't the whole of Toronto. Okay. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Well, I should probably do the same thing for Hamilton because I believe it's way more, probably more than 9 actually. Okay. Do you see where I'm going with this? Let's go back and let's go to Scarborough Temple. Oh no, this is the district. Oh, these are other temples as well. Okay, so there's temples and the lodges, okay? Lodges, temples. All right? So do you see the problem? This is just one district of like one section of Toronto. And this is how many they fucking have. Okay? They meet up once a week and they go to each other's lodges and other lodges across the country or in other countries internationally and meet up and basically do business and talk about how they're going to continue to be criminals, psychopaths, murderers, and oppress people. Okay? This is what these fucking sick piece of shit do. All right? So I'm going to look at the chat and then I'm going to be back tomorrow with more. Thank you. I have a lot coming. And again, I told you guys I'm not going to be a disservice to my sister. There's no fucking way in hell these pieces of shit are going to get away with this shit. I don't care how long it takes. I already told these fuckers. I'll be going. If you want to stall for 1,000 days, go ahead. But I'm not going to stop talking about it until everybody's in jail. Okay. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for your support. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Just continue to tell everybody about the story. Tell everybody about Portia because Portia is going to change the world. She's gonna free everybody. Okay, so it's important that we support and get this case declassified. Okay, because like I said, a lot of people are going to jail. A lot. Anyway, thank you everybody. Good night. I will see you later on today. Peace.